the Holy See gets it, probably a bit, I don't know. Let's say the Holy See gets it. Let's not say too late or not. The Holy See gets it, that there are certain things that need to be done differently. I will talk about cover-up, for example, because this is a very important concern. The states who are cognizant of obstruction of justice need to take action against citizens of the country who obstruct justice.
This is up to you. This is not interfering with the state or anything. It's up to you to set up such a system, and that would also help you in answering our questions on what has actually gone on, what has happened, what have you done, what have the local churches done, what has happened in the states, and how many victims, and have they got compensation? All of these data is actually possible to collect. It will be quite a big job, but it's possible.
It is not a policy of the Holy See to encourage cover-ups, but this goes against the truth. Only the truth will help us move on to a situation when we can start being, or be an example, not the example, an example of best practice. I think that the international community looks, as has been rightly said, looks up to the Holy See for such guidance, but it's not only words, it has to be, commitment on the ground, on the level of the local churches.
How can we address this whole systemic policy of silencing of victims? There are two principles that I see as being undermined in a number of instances, namely transparency and accountability. So unless and otherwise we get to transparency and we get to accountability and we get to addressing the policy of silencing of victims and so forth, I think it will be extremely difficult to make progress on the ground.
I'm with you when you say that all these nice words will not mean anything when we come back for another periodic report if there is not more transparency and accountability on the local level.
Yes. And he's here to say, there isn't.
I think there's two benchmarks that we should use to judge the Vatican today. And number one is, are they turning the evidence of sex crimes over to the police? And number two, are they punishing any of the bishops who have enabled and covered up for the sexual predators? If they would do either of those two things, that would give me hope that children will be protected in our church. But they failed to do either one.